Welcome to my July book haul. I'm usually not a shopper like in new books. That sounds horrible. I usually shop like resale shops, and this time I decided not to just because COVID happened and some of the local shops that were near me have closed. And so yeah, let's just open all these books. Basically, yeah, they had a buy two get one free, and I decided to look into the books that were like that aren't like mass produced that I wanted, and then I ended up buying a ton more books. So I'm excited. I've kept them all, and let's start opening them. But some of these are part of a series. I think most of the books I've bought I have already read, and then I think one set I haven't, but I read half the series, so this is like the other half that I have not read. And so yeah, let's open them. So these are not going to be in order at all. Of course, there's no unified packaging with Target or Amazon for that matter. Ooh, I'm excited for these two. Okay, so these two were two books I read last year, The Cruel Prince and Wicked King, or one I read the year before, and then two came out last year. Queen of Nothing also came out, and I absolutely loved them. I think I might be on pre-order for one of the books here because it hasn't come out in paperback, but I'm not sure if this is the set or if it was another one. But yeah, I love these books. They're about Fae World. They're teen YA fantasy. There is romance in them, but absolutely loved them when I read them. I would totally reread them all three once I have all three. This one was Christina and Lauren's Twice in a Blue Moon. Love this cover. Absolutely love it. I really love this book. A lot of people they were iffy about it, but everybody loves Christina and Lauren. I loved it. It was a good romance. It's about a romance that happens twice, hence Twice in a Blue Moon. Yay! I got Fumbled by Alexa Martin. This is a sports romance series. This is number 2, I believe. I think I have the first and the third one in the series. I'm not sure if she's going to keep going on, but she might. But I think this might have been my favorite in the series. Maybe this is the first. I'm not sure which is what. Intercepted and then Fumble. So yeah, I have Intercepted and I have the last one. Don't remember what it is, but yeah, sports romance series. Oh, this one is One Day in December, Reese's Book Club by Josie Silver. This one I picked up on a whim, and I thought it would be like a holiday read about a couple meeting in December, but most of it is not in December. It's not very holiday-ish, but I really enjoyed the book nonetheless. And it's not a one-day book. It's not like one day a year. It's like throughout the year kind of book. And then the next one is Lisa C's The Island of Sea and Women. One of my favorite books I've ever read by her. Lisa C is one of my all-time favorite authors. I will read anything she puts out. Absolutely loved it. It was about a culture I'd never read about. It's about a culture off Korea on an island where the women, they're called like Haenyeo, and they are like the leaders of the family, and they go out and dive and fish and provide for the family. And it's an amazing book. Like, she usually writes like a person's whole lifetime, which that book really does a large portion of their life. The last one is The Unhoneymooners by Christina and Lauren. I tried to order this one used, and I just kind of got an awful copy I had to send back, but absolutely loved this book last year when I read it. I read it on the way to New York and absolutely loved it. It was released last year. It's about a couple who go on a honeymoon that weren't supposed to be on the honeymoon. The bride and groom got awfully sick. They had won the honeymoon, so like it was non-transferable, so their best friends go instead, and their best friends hate each other. So it's a hate to love trope, but I absolutely loved it last year. It was so much fun. Okay, this one is like a single package from Target, which is interesting. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's The Light We Lost by Jill Santopolo. Oh yeah, it says 20% off, but I realized when I bought them online, because I was going to go in store and pick them up, but hello, COVID. But online, their prices were like just as good as like Amazon prices, so I was getting discounted books plus I was getting one free. I think when I accumulated it all, because some of the books were quite expensive, they're like $16, $17 books. I think it was like $8.50 a book in total. But if I did it, so like I bought all the 9s and 10s books, and those were about $6 a piece. And then I think the $15, $17 books were more around $11 a piece once you equaled it out. But in total, about $8 a book, I think, which is a really, really good price. Love this book. This is about a guy who she used to have a romance with. She is married now. Through most of the book, she's writing this guy. You don't know why. And yeah, it's really sad, but beautifully, beautifully written book. Beautifully written. Oh. Okay, so this one, I hope I find more of these. But I ordered these because these are one of the books. These were the first books I ordered, I think, because these are hard to get a hold of. They're hard to find. A lot of booksellers do not even sell them, really. But they're all over online. So I read them, absolutely loved them. I'll put my thing up above all about the Winston brothers. I ordered, this is a very long series, so I ordered all my favorites in it. I did collect one, I think, used from a library, and it's in really good condition. But this is 3 of them. This is Truth or Beard, which is the first one. It's about the first brother, twin brother. And then Grin and Barrett was my favorite of the series. And I don't remember what brother. Oh, this is about the actress, the famous actress, and the guy who's a park ranger brother. They all have beards, so they all have beards in title. This one was one of the twin brothers who like fakes being his brother that everybody likes, so this girl will like him, and it's a really fun story. And then Beard in Mind, I really liked this story a lot. This was about a girl and a guy, but this guy is like the really charmer brother that everybody loves, so I was so excited to read it, and it was a really, really good book. And the girl has like a lot of problems, but she's like said to be really beautiful, but she has like a lot of anxiety, like mental issues, if I remember right. She has severe OCD. That's what she deals with. So if this is that one, I hope it is. Yeah, it is. And absolutely loved it as well. So hopefully we find some more of the Beard Brothers series, because that was the reason I put the order in the first place. Gosh. You'd think it was like significant things, just not books being shipped. Book shipping. There's so much packaging here. Okay. Oh, the next 2 were some of my favorites by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I picked 3 books so far to buy from her that I absolutely loved and adored. I would totally read again. This one is Maybe in Another Life, which I think was on my top 10 romances last year, and this one was After I Do. And so this one is after the marriage, problems in the marriage. And then this one is like 2 separate lives, so you don't know which one you want her to end up with, like 2 separate romances, and it is such a fun read. She totally like sold me on it. Usually on that kind of story I would not believe it, but absolutely love this one. So the other one I think I already had picked up like from a used bookstore. I think I picked it up from Abe's, but I don't think it was used. I think it was new. But one day, hopefully, I just have all the books that I love. Not that everybody else loves that I love on my bookshelves. Oh, yay. I'm so excited about this one. This one I gave 5 stars to. I have not reviewed it yet, but I absolutely loved it. And it was Jojo Moyes, Giver of the Stars. Absolutely loved it. Hated Me Before You. I was like the one person who hated that story. But her writing was incredible in Me Before You, so I wanted to read something else by her. So I read Giver of the Stars and absolutely love this book. And it is set like in the mountains about these women who become librarians, like rural librarians, where they trek around in these wagons with books. And it's just a really, really good story. I need to do mid-year freak out tag so I can decide what my favorite book of the year was. That could be one of them though, honestly. It was a really good book. Most of these books I pulled so far, I read last year or the years before, and I just had never collected them yet. Oh, these are last year's books that were really good. This one's like special wrapped in plastic. Thanks, guys. Ugh. Okay, so this is We Were the Lucky Ones by Jojo Hunter. This is a story based on a true story about a family like where this entire town lost their entire Jewish population, but this entire family somehow survived the war. The adventures they go on is amazing through the war. It's just a thrilling book about World War II and these Jewish, Polish, it's set in Poland, I believe, the Kurak family. Such a good book. An amazing, amazing story about World War II. Absolutely loved it. I read it a few years ago. This one I listened to last year. I didn't really love listening to it because she speaks so slowly. I had to like up it a lot, but I love the story. So it's Becoming by Michelle Obama, and her entire thing is about becoming, about how she's evolved from one thing or another, and her passions have changed through life, from motherhood to First Lady, and just all the passion she's did before that when she was like a VP at a medical place and everything. So really, really good book and hugely popular seller last year. And I really liked it, and I love reading president's books, biographies, and First Lady biographies. I like history a lot, so I read all of them because I like them. Because presidents' lives are fascinating, y'all. And so are a lot of First Ladies' lives. Whew, this is a big old package. Like, big old package. Okay. So, this one was like wrapped in plastic like this. So, let me get my scissors. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay. This one has a ton of the well, if we can find the first book in here. Crown of Midnight is the second book. Not that one. Air of Fire is the one I'm on. I have not read Queen of Shadows. Oh, okay. Throne of Glass series. This one has a ton of the Throne of Glass series. I collected 2 of them, I think, earlier this year from Book Outlet. But yeah, I really love the series so far. I'm on this one, Air of Fire, Throne of Glass, Crown Midnight. This girl is like the king's assassin. That's what the series is about. Absolutely love it. Love Sarah J. Maas as an author. And so yeah, huge fantasy series, all paperback. I'm gonna like love these. I just gotta find more places to stack all this stuff. Oh, here's another one, Empire of the Storms. So there wasn't one more in here. I think I have them all now because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have 6 and 7. So yeah, I have Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Air of Fire, Queen of Shadows. I bought Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash. So yeah, I think I have all of hers now. The entire series. I have no excuses not to finish reading the series, and I really love the girl in the series, so there's no reason not to read it. The next one is a teen read I read on a whim, and it was Together at Midnight, and I absolutely loved it. It's about Jennifer Castle. It's about these couple that get together during like this New Year's Eve. It is definitely a holiday read. And there's a snowstorm in New York, and they go off doing good things, and it's a lot of fun. And they find it a little bit harder to do good deeds than they think, but yeah, it's a fun teen read about paying it forward. The next one is Daughter of the Pirate King. I read this book online, absolutely loved it. It's a fantasy about a girl who is the daughter of a pirate king. There's something mystical about her as well. She gets herself captured onto a ship, and that's the whole storyline of the first one. Loved it. I bought the second one because I love the first one so much, Daughter of the Pirate King, and so I have that one somewhere else to read, hopefully this July. The last one is Recipe for Persuasion by Sonali Dev. I read this one and absolutely loved it. This is probably the newest release I bought, and I absolutely loved it. I read Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors by her. This is a series about Jane Austen where she did retellings of Jane Austen. This is obviously the Persuasion retelling, and it was done so good, so well. I loved it. It was definitely a 5-star read for me as well. Okay, so one of the first boxes I received a while ago. So So I would have done this during the sale, but none of them, I think I only got maybe one box during the sale, and the rest of them took like a week and a half to get here. Oh, I got another bag shipment, which is exciting. Love this book, read it earlier this year. It is about the second one in the series I've already bought. I actually bought it from Target at the store, not during the sale. And I was just so excited to read the second one. But it is about a guy who is I think he's a baseball player, and his marriage is in trouble, and his wife and his kids are leaving him, and he doesn't know how to connect with them. So it's about him reconnecting with them. So he joins a romance book club, so a bunch of guys who read romance books to figure out what women want kind of story. A lot of fun, told from the guy's perspective there. Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. I loved this series so far, Fix Her Up series. There's a third one coming out soon, and I can't wait to read it. This one came out in February. I loved Fix Her Up last year. I've already collected that book, so yeah, I will keep collecting those ones because I loved them. I read it right away. This one I read last year. It was on my top 10 books overall, not just romance or anything. I don't think this was on romance, but it was The Huntress by Kate Quinn. Absolutely love this book. It is a thriller through World War II about a woman who like killed children, and it's like afterwards where these guys are sinking Nazi killers, and there's all these people who have really great background stories. But yeah, it leads to the US, and there's people living there. It's just a huge thriller, and it's really fun. Loved it, and yeah. Good book. I have one more package after this, but I collected finally in hardback because I think the other Marissa Meyer books I have on hardback. But yeah, I loved this series probably more than her Cinder series, which is saying something because I absolutely love Cinder series. But this one is the Renegade series. So actually it goes in this order. I actually know the names of the books. That's how much I like them. Renegades, Arch Enemies, and then Supernova came out last November. These two I think came out the year before, like sporadic through the year. Absolutely love this series. So much fun. It's a superhero series. And there's the evil guys. So the Renegades are the evil guys, and you don't know what's up with them or why they're separated. And then Arch Enemies, obviously, the girl sneaks in. Is the Renegades the bad guys or the good guys? I can't remember. She sneaks into the good guy society, and then yeah, Supernova is the last one where the worlds are colliding. And it's so exciting. Okay, last book box. This is such a big haul, y'all. It's so funny because like the biggest boxes probably have the least amount of books, where the little boxes have, I swear I'm missing one box, which I might be. Okay. So, Lee Bardugo's King of Scars. Oh, I liked this book so much, and it is a throw off. If you want a world building, you would start with her first series in the Grisha world. So, she has them on back. So, Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ronin Rising, that's like your spin-off, like start of it. And then Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom is a duology, and I loved it. Like, these were okay. It was a fun world building. They were told first person narrative, where these ones flipped it up, and it was such a good story. Such good stories in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And this is a spin-off from that, of one of the guys who was very much in the background, and then he becomes like the main person in King of Scars. Can't wait for the second one. I think this is going to be a duology by her again. Absolutely loved them. And then, are these my last two? Ooh. Okay, these might be my last two, which still think I'm missing one box, but whatever. Whew, okay, so Legendary and Finale, I read Carval as it came out. All these books I read as it came out. Absolutely love the series. Such a fun series. The first one's Carval, which I've already collected. Legendary is the guy who runs Carnival. It's the second in the book and finale, obviously. This book is like mystical, game, cards, carnivals. It's like a thing where you get invited. You can only go if you're invited. You have to race to the end. You don't really know what's real and what's not real. You think people are like dead who aren't dead, and just, it's a lot. Yeah, so really fun series. Love it. Mystical, circusy, romantic. Had so much fun with them. I'm so glad I collected them. But that is everything in my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys next time. Bye.